Namaste, divine beings. It is wonderful to share the breath and this moment of now together. To meditate is to access our superpower. Within each of us, there is an instinctive knowing of meditation. To the end of the day, as we feel sleepy and tired, we simply want to go within. Going within into the state beyond sleep, beyond being awake, beyond dreaming, is to activate the pristine mind beyond the mind. When Siddhartha was in search of his inner truth, going deep within, to attain the place where his mind would completely give way, to attain that state beyond the mind, he became Buddha. All masters through all the centuries throughout the globe have been planting seeds of consciousness, and all those seeds have grown to blossom through you and me and through each of us here, as consciousness is the light that has begun to shine within everyone. And this is in knowing the vast light realms within ourselves to meditate. Now, as we journey within to come to a place where the mind needs to stop its chatter, where the mind has given way to the pristine infinity of no thought, Buddha mentions in this place of void, there is the knowing. Now, this dimension of meditation is brilliant and a perfect pathway for those of us sitting in the caves or without the hindrances and challenges of active realities. There is the next dimensions as consciousness expands through our meditation. To understand meditation as an every moment dimension, as an every moment beingness. This relates to Siddha Sage Patanjali's beautiful quote. When you are inspired by some great purpose, some extraordinary project, all thoughts break their bonds. Your mind transcends limitations. Your consciousness expands in every direction, and you find yourself in a new, great, and wonderful world. Dormant forces, faculties, and talents become alive, and you discover to be the greater person by far than you ever dreamed yourself to be. This is a quote from Dr. Wayne Dyer of our Siddha Sage Patanjali. This is the meditative mind of a sage in realities that we all are in. In other words, here we are in the zone of the supermind states of Turiya, where our mind is perpetually meditating. So, what is it that empowers us in meditation itself? The first is accessing the supreme states of bliss and joy in meditation is what allows us the discipline and the steadfastness to have more of that state of joy and bliss. The one common denominator that I found in all my 8 gurus was the absolute states of joy to be all alone, by themselves, completely whole. And this was a vibrant state. And I realized that they were in that supreme states of joy and happiness called Anandam. And in that state, the outer did not matter. There was this perpetual states of dance and joy and bliss of source unions within ourselves. The second dimension is, as we thread the path of light going deeper into Source God, the blessings that leads us and the blessings that is blessings itself is bhakti, love for God, love for Source, love for the sacred unions. The sacredness of bhakti, some of us are born with. Some of us understand it and realize it, and some know bhakti to be wisdom itself. To know bhakti as wisdom itself means with the greater love for source unions is the greater wisdom that leads us more to Source God. Another dimension which is empowering in a meditation is to know puja, worship of the divine, is the mother of meditation. So, when we are meditating and constantly holding that vortex as the worship of Source God, our mind is now gliding, meditating 24/7 in that meditative zone. The law of attraction states what we bring our focus in and the passion from where we are able to bring focus into that, held in mind for a period of time, must manifest for us. So, when we are in source union joys, when we come to the knowing, we also know there is an external reality around us. And that external reality is too, when we have been able to feed it into the fire, to transform the outer world from inside. Now there's truly peace, knowing that we are resolving the issues of the external by the fire within us. And that which we seek as prayers is bound to happen. And in this knowing, the mind is in a meditative state. The mind is in a place where it is a perfect instrument of Source God in the reality that we unfold. The problem all of us face in the reality world is the attention span of the mind. How long can we hold that singular focus? Now, going back to Siddha Sage Guru Ayya, who sat meditating for 18 years, drinking 1 cup of milk a day without moving, with one singular thought of source union. This power in that particular vibrancy has unlimited power for that singularity of focus, because when the mind converges all the thoughts into one single point, it is like a magnifying glass converging sunlight into energy, fire. Now that's how our mind is. Our mind is the most wonderful tool to awaken the mind beyond the mind to supermind states of Turiya. So, how is all of this possible? Receive the mantra. Meet any enlightened master. The only thing worth asking that master is for the seeds of consciousness, for the bridge to expand our own consciousness, for us to understand consciousness is the Guru, and the Guru is consciousness. And on attaining consciousness, we are now aligning ourselves, aligning our limitations with the unlimited, aligning our mind with source light, aligning our thought as in wisdom grace, and aligning our mind to the potency of thought through the supermind. So, the mantra is a package of energy field that has been digested over the many hours, days, years of constant recitation. It's like the food that has been cooked over periods of time. It's cooked and ready. So when we receive the mantra from an enlightened being, from the light grace of an ancient, of a lineage of sages, that mantra fire alights our innermost sacred fire. The mantra is called Mandiram, which really means the empowerment of that which has been invoked. The supreme transformation from limited to unlimited. The magic of vibrancy. We are now vibrating in the mantra, and within the mantra is the core dancer. The moment we have tapped into the dancer within ourselves, we are now gifted with the grace of stillness. This grace of stillness explains the flow of inner wisdom, self-realized knowing of all sages, from Plato, Socrates, to all sages across the globe. The moment they have connected to the stillness within, now the inner wisdom begins to shine. This simply means we are awakening our inner sun, the radiant light within. This radiant light is so waiting to be lit, and mantras in a moment has lit the innermost sacred fires. So with the innermost sacred fires awake, through the mantra energies, through the grace within the mantra, through the light of the mantra and the vibrancies of that blessing, of the mantra blessings, is the nurturing of the embryo of divinity, source, to be our vast identity itself. Within each of us is that immense being. When we go to a temple, church, or mosque, we see these high ceilings and understand that that is the size of our beingness, our soul. Upon realizing whom we are with that I am vibrating as through each breath, we are now connecting to the breath beyond breath to access wisdom. In going within ourselves to allow our inner sun to shine, we now utilize realities in all its circumstances to propel that energy field within us. When we are sad, go within. Take that sadness with you and dissolve it. When we are challenged in realities, when we come to the void and see that which might cause us anxiety, that which feels limiting, throw that into the innermost sacred fires. This inner fire of the inner sun, the golden light within ourselves, Mother Kundalini, is tapas. Sages call tapas the supreme energies of meditation itself. So when we are given a life of hardship and challenges, and we go within to resolve that external realities, our tapas fire, light, is now awake. We are constantly dissolving away all the imprints of karma of the past. All the limits that we have been facing, we are dissolving it away. We are now reaching the now that is so empowering, because we have now aligned ourselves to the power of infinity, the power of Source God. The law of attraction is propelled by focus and by what we want. When we are connecting our energy to that, our limited energy, our karmic imprints of reality and whom we are, where at this point, to Source God, we are now becoming Source God. We are now vibrating the states of joy and bliss as a dancer in the epicenter of the universe of universes that is within ourselves. This vast infinity of void that holds all the universes is Siva. Si is that infinite. Va is that finite representing all the infinite. Siva is weaving source light in our reality world. In every moment of ours, we are in worship. We are in the connectivity of that ancient light in the now. We are constantly upgrading ourselves and evolving ourselves from human to angelic. When we see an angel having its wings, it depicts the empowerment of the greater mind. The mind that has now access to all the genius and potential. That's the angelic wings. This is the gift of meditation, the supermind states of Turiya. When we say the sleepless sleep, it means on the subconscious level, we are now source connected. So when we fall asleep, we are simply entering into the womb of light to incubate ourselves. When we face all the challenges and no matter what, when we step back into our inner sun, we are vibrating with a core harmony within. In the vibrant core harmony within, we are the dancer. We are the dance. And we are watching all of the realities dance. And within, we have been gifted the grace of stillness. Our Siddha sages would mention this as Summa ere, simply be. This state of simply being is to be the empowering stillness that is absorbed in source, while allowing all of the realities to move around us like the sun that moves all the planets. This is meditation. Now, as we expand our consciousness, we are simply awakening our true self, along with our clairvoyance, along with all the geniuses and potentials called Siddhi. These extraordinary dimensions of ours has come to serve our heart purpose. Each of us have a unique purpose written. As we understand ourselves greater than the limited in circumstances, mind and body. As we awaken to our highest purpose, our mind too has given way to the mind beyond mind states of Turiya. Now, in this state of super consciousness, the states of Turiya, sages also call the state Goddess Mahalakshmi, the one who fulfills any thought or desire. So when a sage is sitting by himself, herself inside the cave meditating for ages, whatever is needed to serve the body Whatever is needed to nurture them automatically comes forward. So in our reality world, it is as human to be challenged in every which way. And all these challenges alongside with the mind and cycles is perfect to be given and surrendered into the sacred fires that we are constantly generating. The tapas energies are high vibrant energies of source God and the realities that simply shines. It shines as the radiance of whom we are, the golden light. We are the vortex of light that is protected, that is guided, and that is given its extraordinary powers to fulfill its shelf life here as human, while upgrading that human in all its powers as the angelic light that sets alight all other realities simply by being in the vibrant states. So, attain the mantra. Connect to Source God as to be the grace of form of God, Source. Know that our path is right when we have lit joy and bliss in the states of being the core harmony that radiates states of joy, as in the dance. Our mind now processes perfect wisdom to guide us as to what to put in, as to all of reality's solutions, as to enhancing our vibrancy at all times and allowing for the empowering joy of a heart singing. When our heart is singing, source connected, we are the baby, the pristine cosmic child. The Mother Kundalini over a lingam is that protective light that accompanies the pristine mind, the meditative mind, that at all times is source connecting in the inner fires. Our worship is magnified. We are now the many as one, as the I has dissolved away to the we. The power of infinity is the transformation of the finite from relationships to our endeavors, to our health, to our every moment experience. So, divine beings, meditate to be the inner sun, radiant. Awaken our superpower by meditating and being the alignment of source. Lord Shiva, the yogi, is called Sachidananda. which means aware of being bliss, aware of being the light as the human experience, as in the form that we are. In grace of this moment, in grace of all the sages who are in the realm of oneness, as one. Om Namah Shivaya, divine beings. Grateful for the moments we shared together. To learn more or to connect with Nandhiji, email us awake@nandhi.com, NANDHI.com, or visit our website nandhiji.com, NANDHIJI.com. In grace and blessings as one. Om Namah Shivaya.